Indies up a bit, and Babua pounced on that one and got that one through the onside field. A much needed boundary. It will give a lot of confidence to Babua, and it will settle their nerves as well, which have been disturbed a bit after the first run out. Slip fieldsman giving applause to the bowler. Two slips are placed. You can see one of them on your screen, and there is the another one clapping and clapping continuously. They got their trail up, and understandably so, because they have produced a run out in the very first over of the match. Two overs bowled, 5 for 1, the West Indies. I've got a cup of Tapal tea in my hand and very grateful to them. Sultan bowled an economical over, the first one. Now he's into his second over, still persisting with one slip. Both batsmen are looking watchful at the moment. They're trying to see off the new ball and trying to give themselves a little bit of time to get the eyes in, to get used to the pitch or get used to the conditions. Then we all know West Indian can throw their bat around once they settled in. West Indies have produced greats of the games over the years. One can take start from 3Ws, then Gary Sobers, Clive Lloyd, Vivian Richards, Kali Charan, Revan Kanhai, Andy Roberts, Michael Holding, Collis King, Colin Craft, Joel Garner, Vivian Richards, Brian Lara, Carl Hooper, Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh, Ian Bishop, Chris Gale, Marlon Samuels, Darren Sammy, and the list goes on. They serve this game of cricket with passion. And still a lot of youngsters coming through the ranks. Hetmeyer, one of them. A maiden from Sultan Malik, 5 for 1, 3 overs bowled. Sheikh Nasser into his second over. It is very hot morning here in Karachi Gymkhana. Now we are coming towards the end of the September. The ODI's World Cup is not too far away. We'll get underway from 5th of October. 10 teams are taking part in it. Pakistan will play their first game on 6th of October against Netherlands. And West Indies will be missed in this World Cup. It is very sorry news for the West Indies lovers and the cricket lovers, because West Indies, twice they have won the ODI World Cup and twice they have won the T20 World Cup. And unfortunately, they are not playing in World Cup 2023. A very good start for the Canada. They have been very impressive. Couple of runs for Draven Clements. And finally, he got off the mark. 8 for 1, 4 overs have been bowled. Fifth over is in operation, and Canada have done a very good job. Not only they have kept the run rate under a great check, but also produced a run out in the very first over of the game. But now I think West Indies trying to have a counter punch on them, and that is Babwa, who smashed one out of the long on boundary for six. First six of the match. There you see it again. He walked in and then gave it a full go. And I've got somebody very special with me, Mr. Sajid, the professor. Thank you for joining us again.
Good morning, Nana Saab. It's a pleasure to be here at the Gymkhana ground.
Yes, he did commentate with us at Southern Club Cricket Ground. He's a very important player of Canada. It's an important game, Sajid, today because you carrying 5 points, West Indies carrying 6 points. It's a very, very important game for both the sides.
This is the business end of the tournament. Oh, he's beaten outside the off stump. Good reply by Sultan. What I saw in that six is he slightly shuffled across, moved across his stumps and picked it up over long on. And on this occasion, Sultan adjusted his line, and that was a good reply.
Yes, certainly. That was a great comeback by him. It is always difficult to make a comeback when you got spanked for a six on a previous ball. But I think all credit to Sultan, the way he adjusted his length, the way he adjusted his line. And he gets that one away again, down in towards the leg side, and it's gone down to the fine leg boundary for four.
It was picked up very nicely. I feel like, let's take a look at this ball. Yeah, it was a little too straight for my liking there. He was easily able to help it across down to fine leg. So yeah, it is the business end of the tournament. It's almost a make or break game in terms of the semifinals for us. We'd love to get a win here and really put pressure on the leaderboard.
No doubt about that. This win can take Canada into the semis, it looks like. That's outside the off stump, and that is the end of the third over, end of the fifth over rather. 18 for 1 is the score.
A very productive over for the West Indies. They've settled things, it seems, and they're trying to build on that. Canada, on the other hand, would not like to see too many overs like that.
Sajid, you have been a lover of the game for many, many years, and West Indies is the side who produced not only great players but also won first two World Cups of ODIs, and they twice won the ICC T20 World Cups, and they are not playing the next World Cup in India. I think it's very regretful and very sad for their lover and any lover from any cricket country who loves cricket. They want to see West Indies playing in bigger events, like particularly like the World Cup.
West Indies is one of the glorious countries or group of countries of cricket. I consider West Indies to be one of the homelands, one of the 5 homelands of cricket. In terms of their storied history, they've won every event possible for a cricket nation. It is hoped that they work on their ODI program and pick it up in time for the next World Cup.
Indeed, even as far as myself, I wanted to see West Indies playing the World Cup, but I think they got beaten by the Netherlands in the Super Over in one of the games of qualifying tournament.
Was it? Did they also lose to Zimbabwe at one point?
Yeah, Zimbabwe also did beat them. Yeah, they played badly. One has to say in that qualifying event. That's why they didn't able to qualify. And West Indies has become a very unpredictable side as well for last couple of decades. Otherwise, they were very predictable, and their performance used to be very consistent.
Yeah, it was always predictable that they're going to be in the finals or they're going to win one of the games or win one of the championships of the year.
Babwa is playing well now, already has struck a 6 and a 4. Devon giving him the good company. Hemraj is the one who got run out in the very first over.
So
Your fielding have been very impressive as well.
today they fielded quite well. So Sheikh Nasser, he's a very capable former international. He just joined the side. Oh, he's got him caught in the slips.
Yeah, spot on. When you are admiring the Sheikh Nasser, he struck and the second wicket goes down. And commentator cursed for the Shazan Baba because I was admiring him and he edged one straight into the slips. And I was telling our viewers that it is always good to have slips in with the new ball because new ball always does something. And this is what we are seeing here.
Well, I was just about to just starting my praise for Sheikh Nasser as he joined our squad because of some injuries. Now, you win some, you lose some. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. He's a very good batter who got out, but of course, Sheikh Nasser is a very good cricket player in his own right.
No doubt about that, and he's showing here as well. And Thomas is going out to bat, who opened here in the first game and scored, I think, very good over 40s runs. And now he has the responsibilities on his shoulders to develop a good partnership and also develop it in a good time. I mean, in quick time to get the run rate up.
The West Indies batters will probably look to settle things. They cannot afford to lose any more wickets at this stage.
Indeed, at the moment, they need to stray at the wicket, make sure that they don't lose any more wickets soon. First of all, they have to make sure that wickets are not falling, and then they can excel or accelerate.
Yeah, it's very easy to go into a shell. So I'd like to see what their approach is going to be. West Indies cricket is not known for being reluctant, hesitant. It's known for being brave, aggressive. They put their front foot forward. They're not the type of people to stay on the back foot when it comes to cricket.
No doubt about that. They don't like sort of a bog down. That's what we have experienced over the many years. Everyone who comes from West Indies likes to dominate. He, I think they don't believe to be subdued by anyone. And at times it costs them. It can cost them as well.
Well, it looks like Sultan to continue. A good ball on a line and length. Front foot forward. Cautiously played down the wicket by the batter.
Way outside the off stump.
It looks like it's going to be called a wide by the umpire. Scorer adds one to the score.
Sajid, we had a rest day yesterday, but I saw you were playing some golf as well. Mr. Sajjad, the professor. And Mr. Professor, did you enjoy your day yesterday?
I loved it yesterday. You know, in some ways, it's been the highlight of the tour. Playing golf, and the caddy was a professional, a junior professional. I was able to hit some good line drives, and you know what I like about golf? I can play all the shots I like to play in cricket without the fear of getting out. There's no LBW.
That's very nicely put by you.
Also, there's an element of being social. Oh, that's down the leg side. Looks like another wide.
Wicketkeeper dived and brought up a very good save. Otherwise, that would have been 5 wides.
So looking across the ground, you get the feel that you're almost in like a very urban area, almost like a downtown area with these skyscrapers and these large buildings.
This one is driven but straight up to the fieldsman.
That was a very confident shot, but the fielder fielded it very well. No runs.
Usually, we don't see trees uh, in international venues nowadays because they have to accommodate crowd, spectators, and a lot of other pupils. But in these grounds, particularly here at Karachi Gymkhana, you can see a lot of trees inside the ground.
Oh, that's pushed forward of point. Batters run back for two. It's a good throw. Well, a good release. One bounce to the keeper. That was a very confident push on the offside.
Yeah, it was. And it will do a lot of good for this man, Devon.
So coming back to these trees, the modern urban geographers or land uh, planning departments in North America, city planners, people in the municipality. Okay, let's see this ball. Oh, it's picked off his leg, straight to fine leg. Fielder fields it, throws it back in. That's another run to the score. What they're trying to do is they're trying to curb the effects of climate change. And one way to do that is having green spaces. And the cricket ground like this helps control the climate within the city. Otherwise, if you have an urban jungle, it feels even hotter than it should.
Agreed again.
By urban jungle, I mean concrete and pavement. Whereas having a green space, having trees, it tempers things. And it also helps with the air quality.
No doubt about that.
Very good end to the over. Sultan on a good line and length.
24 for 2, 7 overs have been bowled, and both bowlers are doing a very good job. Sultan is the one who has bowled 4 overs, and none for 16 is his figure, while Nasir has picked up a wicket of Babwa, and they already have produced a run out as well. So things look under control at the moment as far as Canada.
Right now, it is a game of chess. Yes, we're playing cricket, but it is a game of chess. It is as much about the skill of hitting the ball or bowling the ball as it is about the mental. Canada has taken a few wickets. Now what they're saying is, West Indies, your move.
Nasir polishing the ball on his trouser, and he started running.
So Nasser, he likes to put the ball in areas where it goes across the right-hander. Not easy to drive. Definitely the cut and pull is not on. So what you have to do is you have to be very careful as a batter. Now, one thing he can do is step down the wicket to upset the line. Let's see what he does this time.
Mr. Professor, you're thinking like a captain at the moment.
Qasim Ali at long off fields. Good bit of cricket there. Good ball, good run, good fielding.
Yes, at times batsmen can do what you suggested. If bowler is bowling at a good channel, then they got to do something out of the box to upset him or to unsettle his line and length.
So that was a really good leave outside the off stump. I myself, if I end up playing again as a relief or as I'm activated to play, I'm wondering, would I want to play on the back foot? Because the reason why I bring that up is the batter on strike, Thomas, he looks like a very seasoned, very technically correct, very capable, but he has a back foot technique based on the last delivery. Oh, there he goes on the front foot. So yeah, he's adjusted himself. I guess he read my mind.
Absolutely. Nasir has 1 for 9, bowling his 4th over. He looks a
Good
very
fielding there.
difficult bowler to score from.
So the gentleman who just fielded, he is actually my teammate in the local franchise club cricket in Canada. We also take part in the local Masters League, very competitive in Scarborough. He and I play there together, Riaz.
And this one is going away.
A little streaky towards the point region, backward point. Tyrone Fields in the outfield. Batters come back for two.
Yeah, that wasn't a shot of confidence, but still fetched him a couple of runs. 8 overs gone, 27 for 2.
Look at that view of the Karachi skyline. So we're here for a few more days. As much as I've enjoyed myself here, I'm looking forward to the Canadian fall weather. I can wear my cool jackets where I look like a hero.
You
Kali jacket.
you still look like a hero,
No, right
even
now I feel like I look
even
like
in
an
this
uncle.
dress.
I think I look like an uncle right now.
No, no, no. Your physique is very good.
Well, this is where cricket helps us. People ask me, don't you like biryanis? I said, I love biryani. But I have to eat less, and you have to play cricket to.
Uh,
Otherwise, you can really. A sedentary lifestyle in North America is very challenging. Here in Pakistan, I notice a lot of people, they walk, they use public transit. People do things here that is very good for their mental well-being, their mental health. There's a social network. There's a structure to things that allows for people to maintain a good positive outlook in life. And in Canada, we tend to be more focused on our careers, which I feel lends to us sometimes not taking care of our health. And so cricket has been a great outlet. I also like to play ball hockey or ice hockey in the winter.
that's great. Sports always play an important role.
It
Not
also allows us to generate contacts, make friendships for life.
couple of wides.
It's a wide.
Ayaz Ali is the one who's operating at the moment as a change bowler.
Yeah, he's come in relief of Sultan. He's going to have to adjust his line. He's a very fine cricketer, Ayaz Ali. He plays in some of the Ontario leagues. He's got some very, very good hand-eye coordination when he's batting. Very capable bowler as well, although he hasn't started off as well as we'd like. But he's definitely a big asset in our club, in our team.
Who have you found it the most funniest international cricketer in your career?
So let me think about that one. Well, there's two ways to look at it. One is somebody is funny because they want to be funny. Then there's some people who are funny, but they don't want to be funny. But in terms of our tour, we have a gentleman, he's kind of under the weather. His name is Faisal Maladina. We enjoy his camaraderie. He's a very, very entertaining person. He's one of the funniest players I've ever played with in terms of off the field. Oh, just over his head. Streaky shot again.
Yeah, had it that been taken, that would have been an
Good.
outstanding catch.
It was a good attempt. It looks like they've come back for two, or is that three?
West Indians are living dangerously at the moment.
So they came back for three.
I found it someone from South Africa. He was playing Test cricket for South Africa. I think he didn't want to be funny, but he looked funny, and that was Andre Nel, the fast bowler from South Africa. The way he used to appeal, the way he used to look at the umpire, the way he used to look at the opposition players while he was bowling, I think that was absolutely funny.
Is he the one who used to wear a watch? He had a black watch on all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. I believe he was trying to intimidate batters with those mannerisms. And
No
most
doubt.
batters, do you believe they were intimidated? I'm not so sure.
I think he didn't able to intimidate them, but yeah, he became a sort of a character for the viewers and for the commentators.
He had a short career, but he was very effective, a very good bowler for South Africa. And one of the things I loved about him was the energy he brought to the game. He had a passion, and he worked very hard.
No doubt. He always looked very energetic. He used to run in every time. 33 for 2, 9 overs have been completed. South Africa produced some great cricketers as well.
I went to play in South Africa on a private tour this April. I got to play in Pretoria, in the Wanderers. I even got to play in Kruger National Park. It was really interesting because, you know, sometimes play can be stopped because there's a leopard on the field or there's hippopotamus.
Oh,
And I was not familiar with that. In Canada, play is stopped for rain. In South Africa, you can have a leopard on the pitch.
this is an interesting thing you are telling me. Even I can't stand in the ground with leopard.
So what I found was is that their grassroots is still very strong. I got to spend time with and play with some kids at their academy and the Cricket South Africa Academy. In fact, I became friends with one of the young guys in the Titan system. He coached me a little bit. And one of the things that they told me is in South Africa is if you cannot play on the back foot, you are not a batter.
Very good tips which he gave you.
One time I got a bunch of messages from people in Canada, US, England, everywhere. Why are you in South Africa? I did not respond. I just sent them pictures of John T. Rhodes, Hashim Amla, Jacques Callis. I said, and people said, but what is this? I said, these are people who I love and admire. That's why I'm in South Africa.
No doubt about that. You have taken some top names from their cricket.
Alan Donald.
Alan Donald, we used to call him a white lightning while we were broadcasting on radio while he was bowling.
Non-striker looking for a single. Good backing up there by Sultan. Right now, I predict the West Indies are going to start to push the runs. They're getting near or just past the 10 over mark. So I predict there's going to be a shift in gears in the next few overs.
Yeah, it looks like now they are looking to score some runs at a good rate.
So if they're careful, it can work, but Canada is going to try to pick up a wicket, take advantage.
And there you see, but straight to the fielder.
That was nicely played through the off. It's always very upsetting as a batter when you time the ball and it goes straight to the fielder. And now, that day against Nepal, I thought I lost about 20 runs. Every time I hit a good shot, there was a fielder there. It's very upsetting.
And every time commentator has to tell that that was a very good shot, but quite unproductive.
In the books, it's as good as being beaten outside the off stump. It's a dot ball.
Yeah. And every leave is a good leave unless someone gets the ball in and hit your stumps. So cricket is a very challenging and a very funny game at times.
The thing that people who don't play cricket at a high level understand is the mental aspect. There is a physical aspect as well where it's cumulative. Oh, that was a good shot on the onside towards long on. He picked up 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. Push to the offside for a single.
Ten overs have been bowled, 36 for 2. West Indies playing against Canada. This is an important game, and I've got Mr. Sajad, the professor from Canada, in our com box, sharing his precious thoughts with us. And no doubt about that, I have to confess that he's a very fine commentator of the game as well. And he has been commentating very professionally with us.
So I will declare here right now on air that if Hamza Ali Abbasi creates a drama Alif season 2, I'm available.
Sure, I think. Well, I am telling you what I have felt. You are full of talent as far as commentary goes, and you are a very good. You can be a very good broadcaster.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be on the air with somebody like you, Rana Saab, very experienced, very seasoned commentator. You know the game, I can tell.
It is your majesty and it is your greatness, and I think cricket is all about brotherhood, all about fraternity, and this is a kind of friendships we may carry for years.
This is why certain countries love each other. If you go to Australia, they have an affection for countries like India, Pakistan, New Zealand, West Indies because of cricket. If you go to Pakistan, they love countries like England, West Indies, Jamaica, South Africa because of cricket. We love those countries.
No doubt about that. Iqbal Qasim Ali has been brought on to the bowling attack. We're seeing another change in the bowling.
It looks like we're on the screen right now. Hopefully they got my good angle.
Oh, there we go. There
So
we
this is
go. That's a
exactly-
fantastic kind of a bowling, and another wicket goes down.
This is exactly what I thought could happen if Canada counter punches.
Canada is all over West Indies. I would love to take another look at that one if our producer can show us again. Canadians are absolutely over the moon. They are absolutely happy. Another wicket goes down. Wickets are tumbling for the West Indies. And Sajad, they are in a dire straits now.
They need to consolidate. They're going to have to rebuild. And this is where I had mentioned that if Canada can counterpunch with a wicket, things can work out well for them. Now, again, the West Indians, very capable team, very experienced players with international first-class professional experience. They know what needs to be done. Can they execute? That's the question. Secondly, Canada is punching above its weight, as you can see again.
I think hats off to them. They have done a great job and continuing on the rampage against West Indies. Not only in terms of run rate, they are doing a good job, but they are taking wickets regularly and putting a fair amount of pressure on a West Indies side. And West Indies, no doubt, is a good side. As you mentioned, they still got a few good batsmen to come who can change the whole complexion of the game. But at the moment, it's Canada who's holding the ascendancy.
So I have some experience playing against West Indian professionals when I was playing top level in the US. And I've seen a few very good players in the Masters level as well. We also, when I played in Canada, a higher level, there would always be some very good players from the West Indies who'd come over. Let me mention something. They can be 5 down, 4 down, 6 down. If they get a partnership going and they get buzzing, watch out. So Canada does not want them to build a partnership. They need to keep taking wickets.
Lawrence is the newcomer. He's a left-handed. He has come out to bat with 3 wickets down. And straight away, he's middling the ball.
That was nicely played to the leg side. So Iqbal Qasim Ali, left arm spinner, continues.
They are going through for a run, and at the end, they are home.
That was a quick run taken by the batter. He sensed an opportunity to steal a single, so
Look at the faces of the West Indians. They are a bit disappointed.
Well, I don't know if they need to be. They've got a long batting lineup. It's only 3 wickets down.
Yeah, 2 or 3 wicket is not the end of the world. You're right, Sajad.
Like I said, I've played many games where we've gotten 6, almost 7 down. A partnership built and they stole the game. Don't forget the classic semifinal, Pakistan versus West Indies, 9 down. They chased it, if you remember.
Way back in 1975? Yeah, I think.
In 1988, Pakistan was about to win the series against one of the greatest teams in the history of sport. And the 8 wicket down, they were able to score the runs against Pakistan in Barbados.
Yeah, and they won the Champions Trophy in 2004 in England.
Yes, a final wicket partnership was
Yeah,
put together.
I think Courtney Brown was the one with uh, their fast bowler, the left armer. I think Brad Shaw it was who chased those runs down.
Well, just look at closer to home right now where we are. A couple of nights ago, didn't you see what the UAE did against Hong Kong? Was it Hong Kong?
Yeah, 11 overs bowled, 38 for 3.
So Iqbal Qasim Ali had a good start there. It looks like he picked up a wicket with his first delivery. That's the way you want to start your bowling spell.
This man to come, who batted extremely well against Australia here at this same very ground when they played against Australia in their first game. He played a good hand in that particular match, and he can do some wonders today as well.
So Rana Saab, have you spent time at the PC Hotel? That's mostly where I've been spending most of my time. Have you spent time in there? I went shopping there in the gift shops area, looking for some good deals.
I did a few years ago when we were covering Qaid Azam Trophy's game for Pakistan television. But nowadays I am staying at Nursery on Shara Faisal in one of the guest rooms, but it's a good one. And if you're looking for the shopping, you can go out in Sadar, and there are a lot of markets.
When we're a part of the official team, it's a little bit challenging.
Okay.
If I was to come as a private citizen, then I could go. So Badr is on to bowl, it looks like, and it's a good start